Welcome back, everyone. Sorry for that long delay, but this is the Halo World Championship North America Qualifier number 1. Of course, folks, we've seen some great matchups throughout this day, but we are not done yet. We have 3 more matches.
We have quarterfinal, semifinal, grand final. Best of 3, best of 5, best of 5.
There we go. So we have 3 more series to go, folks. But this is going to be a matchup between Kinetic Halo and Team Envy. Very excited for this one. But speaking of Team Envy, it's actually a couple players that you got to talk about there. And one of my favorite players, none other than a New York native, my boy Richie Hines, the one and only, a pro player since Halo 3. Now, of course, he placed first at Iron Games Columbus when CLG ended up winning that one against EG. That's that event where Pistola, or a lot of hype went into it, and Pistola unfortunately injured himself. And you guys can check him out on Twitch, of course. The one and only Hines, a great stream. You can be a part of his Ketchup family. He has a little sub icon that's a Ketchup. It's just
Heinz.
It's
Heinz Ketchup. Man's a genius. He's a marketing genius.
It writes itself.
It does.
All right, folks, here we go. It's going to be Kinetic Halo versus Envy, and we're kicking it off with Kinetic Swift Kill. Now, let's see what they can do here. As pressure is certainly going to be coming in from Envy. They have won control of the nest for the time being. We saw this map before, Benson, how crazy this was. Overdrive, man, coming out on top against Liquid on this map, but you saw the favored, the favor coming in for Nest and bottom middle. That's where players are mostly focusing on.
You need to control that Nest just simply because of where Camo spawns directly underneath it. And Elevator, it's such a power stronghold to control. As we saw how crucial that Camo was when we watched Evil Geniuses play this exact map. So expect to see Envy really put a lot of resources over towards there. And of course, bottom middle, it goes without saying, you need to control bottom middle if you're going to have any chance of winning. You're not going to be able to control Yard and that sniper side and win a game. That's just never going to happen. As APG actually with a shotgun. Oh, needs to be careful because kill himself there on that red barrel, but still manages to get the kill and get out. Team Envyus early on are currently in the lead as nice crispy shots from APG come in. And bear in mind, Envy have been waiting a long time to play this game.
Yeah, but I'm almost certain that they were probably playing Warzone matches.
But that doesn't get you in the zone, though. Like,
true,
not quite. It isn't the same as a competitive game.
These guys have been competing for years, Ben. Years.
Oh, I know.
They don't get knocked out that easily. I mean, you know,
sure?
Unless I personally believe so. I mean, then again, I've been around these dudes for quite a while, so I've seen the best and the worst. You know what I mean? But I do understand where you're coming from, though. Despite that, APG doesn't have many bullets remaining in his gun. It gets the charge here, the Spartan charge on Burton. That's going to be an SMG pickup for him. He is pretty much doing whatever he can with whatever weapon he manages to find in his track, and he's been just on a run so far, Ben. What a play. I mean, look at this guy, APG. He is 9 kills, 1, maybe actually 0 deaths if I'm correct. That's going to be 1 secure. They don't show deaths on Strongholds, but regardless, man, APG, what a run he's had.
Just seeing if we can find anyone from Kinetic Halo pushing from Yard. Doesn't need to. Railgun is up. Bear that in mind, but as of yet, no one really playing for that. They will lose nest control, though. So APG just desperately needs to make sure they don't lose bottom middle, and it's very close. It's a big contestation from him.
Yep. And
unfortunately, it will fall. Another play from Team Envy is going to jump straight in. That's going to be Hines. He falls as well. It's still going to be contested, though. And Envy doing a fantastic job of... Look how close it is to being capped right now. Everyone just jumping on, and Pistola picks up the double and can... keeps that bottom middle stronghold.
It was so imperative that he got that, Ben.
It was
because he not only would they have gotten trip cap, he got the reset as well. Going in there for the contestment. You have Hines as well as Mickman trying to fight their way out of that one too. APG's going to be with him. Now this is APG's turn to come up clutch right in the air. Let's see if he can do it. Finds one with the assault rifle. Those nades are going to be surrounding him. Not much he could do. This is bad news for Envy as Kinetic look to get control of this one. Swift kill in front of Hines. Swift kill, though, he does not have the advantage, but he does have teammate support. He didn't have the health advantage there, but that did not matter. Over to Kinetic now, who have those 2 points control. That's going to be Nest or Cinema, as well as that bottom middle. Envy at this point, they just need to focus their efforts on one area, and it seems to be that Nest spot.
Yeah, I think they had someone, they're going to get bottom middle as well, but they want to push through this and try and get Nest. Force that Yard stronghold upon Kinetic Halo, and once you have these two, it's just so dominant. But Vex says, I don't think so. I'm going to try and lock down this Nest side. by himself, and as well, Yard, I believe, is being capped too, as is bottom middle, so potentially could see Kinetic Halo actually pick up all 3 Strongholds in a very drastic change of events. The melee goes down from Calm, was only able to pick up the assist, but did fall. Still a 2-to-1 advantage in favor of Kinetic Halo. Yard is being kept, as is bottom middle. Big defensive play comes in from Swiftkill. Is he able to keep this contention? Actually, the player jumps off
knocks him out
it.
and gets the reset. That was
That's
huge.
big play.
That was huge. Gives his teammates enough time to be able to center around there. If Eccentric gets out there with the shotgun, you can pretty much just say goodnight to anyone that's going to be hanging out inside. But he actually delays it, and it will get picked off by APG. They see that shotgun and know that they are going to want that one in their hands without a doubt. Apologies for that, as Nickman now looking around. He is going to find Calm in front of him. Not much coming out from him, and taking a look at some of the... Oh, never mind. Not going to happen. Not going to happen.
I wanted it to so badly.
Yeah, I know.
God damn it, Hines.
But you know what, though?
Tied game.
Yep, that's right. And I'm just messing up things right now. So
push all the buttons.
I'm pushing all the buttons until something works. I would say the way both teams have been playing, I mean, there's not much to break down, because you're essentially just seeing how it's just a swing, right? It's a constant swing. You push a player into nest, right? You push maybe 1 or 2 guys into there. While that's going on, you get a body inside of one of the other spots, and then you get control of it. But really, ooh, Swiftkill ends up getting dropped by a Spartan charge from AP, or excuse me, a ground pound from APG. But you just notice how Kinetic Halo, man, they just don't give him breathing room. And Calm with a double kill, looking for the trip, not going to get it. They're not giving them a lot of breathing room. This is that opportunity that they were looking for. This is their chance to be able to run away with this. Forcing spawns over by Tram side. They know that players are going to rotate bottom middle. If they can manage to get those kills and then push the bottom middle, that could be big for them. But until that time happens, they're kind of trapped in this position. So far, Benton doing a good job of just keeping control of Nest. Player actually just jumped directly in front of him, picks up 1 melee, and that's just going to be traded. It is Team Envyus currently with 3 Strongholds in their control, so they're going to start rapidly reducing that deficit. Look at what it is right now, 73 to 58, and it will be growing. However, just as I said, that Kinetic Halo able to pick up Yard, so they will stop that bleeding momentarily. However, well, they're still going to get...
they're still going to lose 1 point.
Yeah,
1 point, but it's definitely a little bit better than 2, because if Team Envyus do get sort of rolling and get into control of this game, it's going to get very, very scary for Kinetic Halo. However, if they dive on Nest, that's going to give them now the advantage 2-1.
Yeah, and they're focusing their attention bottom mid, because they're forcing the spawns by Tram, which means now they have no other choice but to push for the Yard. And there you go, trip cap time, 3 points captured. That's going to be 2 points earned here. Looking for 1, Eccentric picks off Hines. This could very well be GG if Envy is not careful. Pistola now, he is pretty much the one that has to win this blue side for his teammates, but he does have help, actually. Players ended up coming out around him.
I tell you what, Eccentric's done a fantastic job to get out, but as soon as he does jump out, ultimately falls 87 to 66 as we get on board with Pistola, who's bottom mid. Halfway through this cap, needs some support from his teammates, but teammates winning those gunfights outside of that stronghold, forcing Kinetic Halo out. Pistola needs to clean up 1, does so.
That was really well done.
Can he defend Yard? If he can defend Yard, this is huge. This is such a big play from Pistola. He's going to get a kill. Can he get a reset? He can! And that is going to be so big for Team Envyus.
Look at the spawn. 3 members spawn Tram. You may have had 1 member spawn out, but you have 3 guys Tram. That is not good.
This again.
1 guy did spawn out over on the other side. It's going to be Swiftkill. They have to... Pistola's job should more or less just be focusing...
Make sure they don't cap out the middle. Pistola, no!
Yeah, he didn't really have much option there. He
went for it.
Yeah, he was all the way up top, no shields. If you would have gotten the ground pound on unsuspecting opponent,
this could be the game right here, by the way.
Yeah, no, again, this is, you know, as soon as they got that Tram spawn, I was concerned, because fighting out of that one, it's a long road to Yard, it's a long road to Nest, but a huge win for Calm, though. If he's able to get this one, you could very well see this team begin to come back, but they have to win this battle. He has to rely on his teammates, and they're able to get 2. It's going to be Eccentric, as well as Burton finding 1. That's going to be 2 points captured.
They just jump on bottom middle here, and they could potentially win this game, because it's going to force Team Envyus to go back to Yard. They need 2, and there's the trip cap,
and
92 to 95.
Tram. Not where you want to be right now, Benson, because there's only going to be 4 points to gain. This is pretty much going to be GG. By the time they capture this one, that will do it.
What a play.
100 to 95. Kinetic Halo fights back against Envy. What a matchup.
And it all came down to that big win over by Sniper side on that top nest. The couple of grenades go down, they win 2 kills, then they jump bottom middle, all of a sudden they have a trip cap. And that was really the story that you saw them do time and time again that game. They would have bottom middle control, push up towards nest, and then just control the game so very well. Phenomenal play really from them. Envyus, just that horrible spawn right at the very end of the game.
It came down to that last minute, right? They had to hold it down as long as they possibly could. Getting that tram spawn and then having to make your way up that staircase to yard, you don't have choices at that point. And when you're trip cap, it's pretty much a wrap.
Look at the kill column right there.
Yeah.
APG 20, Heinz 18, Pistola 17, Mikwin just 9.
Very true. Very true. I would argue that in that situation, it's hard to say like, oh, Mikwin definitely yeah, I'm sure a guy like Mikwin doesn't like seeing 9 kills there. But when you lose 195, it comes down to the situation, and the situation was pretty much at the end there. Swift kill and the crew clutched up.
Yep.
That was it. They clutched. They clutched up.
It just came down to those few gunfights. And that was literally the game right there. So map number 1 goes to Kinetic Halo. We can jump straight into map number 2. It's going to be a Regret Slayer. Kinetic Halo could be causing another upset. And how interesting would that make the bottom side of the bracket? Not to see Envyus there, not to see Liquid there. 2 teams that we really expected to see, battling out in the semifinal. We could have, 2 teams who just on the day are playing extremely well.
I would say Kinetic Halo, more so than Overdrive, not to take anything away from Overdrive, but Kinetic Halo, I mean, these are 4 players. Eccentric, not too familiar with, but Burton, Swift Kill, as well as Commentality have been in this space for a very long time. So it's not much of a surprise to see them doing this well, but what is surprising is to see how they managed to win that game, right? To win by 5 points and to just, come up huge like that. It really was something to admire. And now you're going in the Slayer here. You have Burton with the fuel rod cannon. Can't follow up with those kills. I expect Envy to come out swinging here and potentially get this one. We could be going to game 3. I wouldn't be surprised, Ben.
I hope so. So far we've had some fantastic games today. Hopefully this one doesn't disappoint. Team Envyus with that early lead, as it stands, 6-3. I believe the first OS was burnt. I may be incorrect. I was trying to look for it, but there was a lot of havoc over towards that overshield.
Yeah, OS was burned probably at the start of the matchup. It didn't make much of a dent for anyone here.
I didn't see anyone running around with it, so fair assumption. As Heinz with a headshot picks up 1, and despite the crowd slam, Heinz not able to pick up the kill. In natural fact, he will fall from behind. And Kinetic Halo with the lead.
Mikwin, identifying a player in front of him there. They just got to continue to get this top control, right? That's their play.
It's all about top mid.
Yeah, it's all about top mid for them, and just forcing the presence in some of the bases as well. It's kind of been working out for them. Envy does have red base spawn, and Calm is just trapped in a bad spot here. Just look at that. Look at that positioning as well as the movement there from Heinz. Just doing some good work. I would really like to see Heinz just continue to hang out up here instead of trying to push around. Just be a presence up top. Let your teammates do a bulk of the slaying here and get ready for that fuel rod cannon.
Fuel rod almost up. As Heinz doing a good job of basically just doing exactly what you said. He's just kind of that roamer, if you will. Top mid map, just putting shots down on everyone he possibly sees. Fuel rod up any second now. APG is going to back up and pick that one up potentially. No, decides against it. And could be costly because player's now going to be pushing up towards him. In actual fact, fires out 1 rocket. Second one should kill him.
Gotta be careful.
Oh, challenged as well. Overcommitted a little bit there to that kill. Understandable. You fired 2 fuel rod rockets. OS is up.
Mikwin got it.
But once again,
944 of the OS gets picked up, so we'll see that one a little bit. But man, there was so much going on there. I'm glad we actually had that overhead view, because you had 2 players pushing up for Kinetic, and then you had 2 members pushing up for Envy. It just went back and forth until Mikwin finally got it, and then just got back-whacked immediately. And a very close matchup as well, Ben. I actually felt like Envy would probably have a little bit of a lead here against Kinetic, but not the case at all. Kinetic, they will be in the lead by 3 at this point in time.
Looking at Heinz now over to APG as he's top mid. As you said, Kinetic Halo with that lead, small, but unfortunately APG not able to connect that kill, and that's going to force now Team Envyus off top mid. He tracks back, does pick up the kill on Eccentric.
Use those shields to come back, and look at that timing, right? look at that timing.
Yeah.
As soon as Ola was going in for those shots, APG was like, all right, now's my opportunity.
Oh, no!
Goodness gracious, APG. He had some help, but despite that, though, still very well done. And they're just slaying them at the top middle, Ben.
Yep.
I just want to see them continue to hold this one down, right? They're looking to predict where those spawns are going to be coming from because they have no base control, right? Because they have no base control, they're unsure. They're like, they can come from blue, they can come from red. But I think now that they have like a general idea and they're forcing that red side, they should be expecting those spawns by blue.
Over 2-button now.
He's tied game too.
He used to be pushing in with his teammate there, kind of left it high and dry. Pulls out the pistol. 2 players going to meet him though. Needs to try and evade this. He's not going to be able to win this surely.
Yeah.
Does fall. Pistola hot on his heels. And as you said, this game's back and forth. It is Team Envyus now with a 1-kill lead, extended to 2. And the pace again starting to slow down a little bit now as both teams fighting for the next OS. It's going to be up relatively soon.
Yeah.
Ben just throws that sonic grenade on it.
Just
it's just
2
like,
seconds, 2 seconds. Who's
oh
gonna get it? It's
no,
up right
he was
now.
so close.
And it does get picked up by Hines. So Hines picked it up around 7:42, I want to say. So we'll see that one in a couple minutes as well. But now it's going to be big because we haven't seen OS play much of a role. Oh, never mind. He gets drained immediately. Okay. Although Hines was able to get a double kill there. So that does extend the lead. You could say that the OS definitely came in handy and was effective for them because Hines was able to get that double on weakened players, even though he was getting shot up. He has to be cautious, though, about his teammate Mikwin, who probably made a call out that he's getting charged from a couple different angles. Hines, as well, is kind of dealing with the same thing, and he just could not stay alive.
Yeah, they've lost that top mid control now a little bit, so expect to see them just play for a pick, try and push out one side. As Kinetic Halo just desperately trying to pull themselves back. They've reduced the deficit down to 2 once again. 6:53 still to play, so this one definitely not going to go to time. We'll go to kills, that's for sure. Bear in mind, best of 3 as well here in the quarterfinals, so Kinetic Halo are somehow able to take this. We'll be saying goodbye from online qualifier number 1 to Team Envyus.
But Swiftkill and crew are doing exactly what Envy was doing, right? They just could not stay alive because Envy, they read that one like a book. Calm on the chase against Hines, and Calm just needs to continue to stay up here, but that's not going to happen. Splinter Nade right in front will end that run. 43-38 Benson, and Envy is looking solid.
Envy are just trading so much more efficiently in the latter part of this game, and that's really been a big factor as to why they're able to extend
Spawn
this
right to
lead.
his left. Oh, he doesn't see him.
What? Oh no! Oh, he does get the beat down finally, and he recognizes that the original player he was actually in a gunfight with should be pushing any second now. Another player spawns kind of behind him there, but
that's gonna. I would argue that is pretty much gonna do it.
Yeah, game, yeah. 48-40. It would take a miraculous comeback from Kinetic Halo, judging by the fact that it looks like Hines is gonna win that gunfight. Now all they need is 1 kill, as opposed to the 9 for Kinetic Halo. OS is being waited on by Pistola, and he is able to get it, and that's 2, but it doesn't matter. The kill right at the very end for Team Envyus is going to force this one to a game 3.
And there you have it, folks. APG with a solid showing on his end, but Pistola with 14 assists and 11 kills.
Wow.
That's good.
Triple double.
On the other side as well, cannot knock what Burton was able to accomplish too. Again, this is a very close matchup between these two teams, right?
Yeah.
With at any given time, players just managing to edge it out. I do believe that pickup with OS was pretty crucial. I thought at first it looked like, oh man, it got drained really fast, but
you got a perfect kill, and then you got a second kill on it as well, almost instantly, and then that extended that lead to, I believe it was 4 kills at the time.
Yeah, so that really gave them a substantial lead that they were able to build up upon. But now, folks, we're going to game number 3. It's going to be Truth CTF. Can't wait.
Love a bit of CTF action.
Yeah, right? Truth. Yeah, good old-fashioned Truth or midship. I mean, there's a lot of names the community has come up with it, but I like Truth. It's a fun map. It's a classic in its approach for competitive Halo. So we're waiting for the players to start the matchup in just a second. But kind of talking about that, right? We're going to a game 3 here. Kinetic Halo and Envy. I would say that Kinetic Halo, this has been the tournament of I wouldn't say surprises, but I would say I'm looking for a different word. That's
not upsets.
Not upsets, right? Because although Overdrive did certainly upset Liquid,
it's almost as if you want to say like point provers.
Yeah, right.
Players that come out saying, "Hey, I'm gonna prove a point. I can compete against some of the pro teams, some of those top 8 teams, those household names.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of these guys are doing. I mean, Kinetic Halo forcing a game 3 against Envyus, Overdrive beating Team Liquid. That's a little bit of a shock. There's been some big results for a lot of teams.
For sure, there have been. On the other side, though, EG, I mean, they're just waiting right now. They're waiting for the winner of this game and
who saw that coming
of this event. And yeah, I mean, EG, it was kind of a given that this squad was going to be a force to be reckoned with. And at the top side of the bracket, everyone just fell victim to them, right?
And bear in mind how stacked the top half of the bracket was.
Yes.
You had Noble, you had Agency, Winterfox, CLG, I believe the Hype, EG. So many top teams fell to that top side, but game number 3 underway.
And another thing I want to point out as well, I saw someone mention this on the Beyond forums just a little while ago. I really do hope that this tournament actually gets players, especially a lot of these pro teams, playing more ladder, right? Because you want to get a better seeding, right? And you want to continue to grind that ladder, because then you end up with situations like this where it affects your points.
So it's interesting because I actually took a look at that because I was curious myself after I found out the effect that obviously the ladder had. A lot of pro teams in the ladder playing, trying to pick up as many wins as they possibly can. Of course, it's 5 points per win. So if you grind out for, say, 2 weeks, if you play ladder games every evening, you treat it as kind of like a scrim stash.
Yeah.
That's a lot of points, which will help towards your seeding. Admittedly, winning one of these is definitely beneficial as well.
For sure.
But those points definitely helpful.
Yeah, you want, so you win, so you get 5 points added to your overall point total.
Yep.
Just by playing in ladder.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, there's no reason why you shouldn't be playing ladder. To me, I think everyone should be grinding out ladder. But never mind. Speaking of grinding it out, it seems like Envy have just managed to get that flag over on the other side, and some good consistent play from Heinz, because these members of Kinetic have no idea that they're just getting absolutely wrecked from behind, and they're looking to start a bit of a choo-choo train here. But Heinz just could not stay alive long enough.
And Mikwin try and get that kill. I think he's really got the line of sight to be able to
okay,
do so.
right? Sometimes you don't have to charge for it. Map position is more important. And you can actually see 3 members on that Carbine side or the big tower side. You know, they're stacked up over there, right? That's their push, but they have to be worried about Mikwin cross map, because with the battle rifle, he can cause a lot of problems, especially if he wins his battle against Burton.
Nice.
That was a tough pill to swallow there for Burton, without a doubt. And that camo should be coming up any second now, too.
Nice shots coming out from Mikwin. Gets a little bit of help there from APG. Does finally fall just as camo spawns up. Team Envyus should have control there. They pushed kind of past it. Flags are also being pulled by Team Envy. APG goes for camo.
137
from Heinz, but nice play so far from Team Envy. It's impressing me in the CTF.
Yeah, and they are poised to get the second capture in, and a beautiful ground pound kill, out of Mikwin. Heinz falls as well. That's going to be 2 on the board here. We could see a very quick game of CTF Truth here, Benson, because of how Envy's approaching this.
Yeah, Kinetic Halo just not able to control their base. They've allowed a couple of people to sneak by, and it has cost them being
Heinz the first time, Pistola the other time.
Yep, and it really has been costly. And because of that, Envy 2-0 in the lead. Finally, Kinetic Halo trying to get the pull, but APG too strong defensively, picked up a double kill before finally Eccentric was able to shut him down. The flag is away, but hardly away in terms of distance. It's right at the doorstep, and when Pistola shooting like that, you are not pulling that flag any further than that. It should be simply returned. And now, once again, Team Envyus can settle down and start an aggressive push.
Yeah, so again, focusing on big tower, getting aggressive here, and they have a player in the bottom floor as well. Oh, Pistola just moved in there with that slide boost. Just slides in so quickly. It's a little hard to control from time to time. But here comes Heinz. Identifies one, but cannot stay up because he is going to get some pressure from behind. That's going to come from Swift Kill. Let's jump over to him, see what's going on. As he's actually going to get that P control. So P3 control, this is good for them. Of course, he has a pistol. It'd probably be a little bit better to take a battle rifle up there, but the situation just didn't call for it. So he knew, let me just go ahead, take this storm rifle, and do as much damage as I can to the enemy. Just unfortunately for them, wasn't enough. Mikwin now having to double back to his flag because he realized that it's exposed, and you have members of Kinetic Halo pretty much knocking on their front door.
Mikwin with 1, picks up the assist on the second. The BR unable to connect. Swiftkill with a perfect, bear in mind, on Mikwin. And that's going to open up that whole side of the map as APG looks as if he's just helping his teammate play for that camo, and teammate should pick it up too. I believe that is going to be Heinz. Heinz being very, very sneaky with the nades thrown in from Eccentric. That's going to burn that camo very, very quickly.
Ooh, and APG cannot stay up here. So again, this is what they need. They have to go toe-to-toe slaying with them. But when you do that, you need to be able to push forward. And again, it's just a game of just slow pushes. Get a couple kills, push forward. Get a couple kills, push forward. That's just how you have to play it right now, because Envy does have a hot hand. They're feeling pretty good with their shots. All 4 of these members are. Burton, though, cannot stay up. Now, Calm with the BR in the back. He's a key role. He should stay up. He needs to be alive and win this battle, which he does not manage to do so. But luckily for him, he stayed alive long enough to give his teammates an opportunity to force a push on the bubble. They have to put presence in the base. But now Envy has 2 members inside of their base. They have no choice but to reconsider their approach.
It was a smart play from him as well, recognizing he was going to get rushed, immediately pulled out the SMG.
Yeah.
And as you said, bought his teammates a little bit of time, and props to Kinetic Halo. They've slowed down the tempo a little bit. The beginning of this game was completely under Team Envyus' control. They were essentially just running riot around the map and really causing a lot of problems for Kinetic Halo. Finally, though, Kinetic have slowed it down, as I mentioned, and got a little bit of structure back to the game, if you will. But as I say that, it seems as if Envyus were pushing in towards that Kinetic Halo flag, and it has been pulled.
It's all going to come down to Burton here. Burton is going to be the one that needs to make the play, and he has 2 members of Envy in front of him.
He's just going to try and touch
get it out. That's so
that's
smart.
so big. So big.
Get it out of the base like that. But winning this battle is going to be the most important thing, unless his teammates can actually be there for the stop. There goes Eccentric. Huge plays from him. Can he get the return?
Oh,
not just yet. APG's going to be there, but there goes another member of Kinetic. They managed to get that return back to the base. That's going to be huge. But here comes Heinz now, as he's going to have presence inside of the red base, forcing that spawn by Big Tower.
Heinz on a killing spree as well. One more going to be pushing.
Wow, what a great play that was.
Yeah, that was really, really top-notch play. There's Heinz, still someone behind him. Throws out that grenade.
That is the worst when you die from that splinter.
Oh, that annoys me so much.
It is so
I'm glad it isn't just me.
Are you serious? You aimed it that well?
Right? It's like,
come
God
on.
damn it, man. God damn it. The worst is when you're in a gunfight and you're one shot and you start to walk backwards and there's a...
Oh, and then you walk into the... Yeah,
it's like, really?
Well,
really
what's funny is at the start of Halo 5, a lot... Oh, man. Good pick up there. Good pick up there.
That flag should be away. That's 3 down. That's 3 down. All they need to do is pick that up and maybe try and run away, but they don't have the control.
Not just yet, but you know what, though? I mean, okay, so the plasma caster doesn't do all that much. I thought he was going to angle that perfect.
If you got a double kill that...
So I was just going to say that at the start of Halo 5, a lot of players, for some reason, everyone was just running into splinter nades. And it was great in Arena, because I just realized, like, no one seems to realize that a splinter nade hurts you.
Yeah.
So I would just place splinter nades in the most annoying places.
Just like around corners, people run around the door. It's like,
oh, the best.
So you were that guy. That's good. That's good to know.
Guy. No qualms, no regrets. You know, I'm good with it.
Fair enough. 4.5 minutes still to play, and still a 2-0 game in favor of Team Envyus. Of course, this is game 3 here of the best of 3. Winner of this will be progressing through to the semifinal to play Overdrive. And that's where, of course, we go.
Look at that jump. Did you see that? The jumponomics there? Yeah, I made a word.
Jumponomics?
Jumponomics.
I'll use it again. We'll make that a thing.
Yeah, it won't. Everyone will hate it. But I would say that was actually pretty slick there. He was trying to just get a little upper hand by using some of the geometry and clambering. I've seen some pretty cool things with clamber. Eccentric with a double kill, though. But now that's
can he find the trip?
He needs his kill, and he does manage to nail it. But look at the spawn. 2 players spawned
straight
up.
To them.
They needed a body on that side in order for him to make that pull happen.
The problem was Eccentric was that body originally, and no one took his place when he went for the flagpole. He's done such a good job slaying, but finally does fall. Envy should be in a position to return that flag, unless Burton can go big by himself. There's the first. Flag is still alive, finally goes down once again. APG challenging with the pistol. Should be another win for Burton. It is so. Flag is still alive and being capped. This could
Look at the player in the base. Look at the player in the base. It's going to be Heinz. Richie Heinz, but he cannot stop the kill. It's going to be one member there, and I believe that's going to be Swift kill. But they don't get it. It returned. I missed it. 4 members of Kinetic Halo go down.
Countercap as well now.
This isn't looking good.
You need to see Kinetic Halo overextend here.
He has to. And Pistola, he's making moves very, very close. He throws it forward.
Pistola dies.
Pistola dies. Migwin looking forward.
Surely. Oh, it's still running.
Richie Heinz looking at it now. Can he get the stop? But you are going to have APG on the move. He's going to find it. Look for the return.
And he's going to get it.
Envy will move on to the next round to face off against Overdrive in a 3-0 sweep. Take a look at the stats there. Overall, pretty impressive game from all 8 players, although Burton struggled a little bit. Really, I mean, it was impressive, but that ending part there, and those are the things that you just, you know, you look at a 3-0, you think, oh man, they just swept them, but they managed to get 2 caps, and then at that point, it was like really hard for Envy to even do anything.
Right.
It felt like Kinetic found themselves after that second cap, which you have to, by the way, because at that point it's pretty much GG. But I did enjoy that quite a bit. I'm a big fan of Kinetic. I like what I saw from them today, and I'm looking forward to seeing more from them in the online tournament.
Very well played from them. They finished top 8 with 1,500 points to their name. Team Envyus, however, secured 2,000 points and their chance to make it to today's grand final. They have to go through Overdrive, though, in the semi-final, which will be coming up next. For now, though, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. See you guys on the other side.